Hello, everybody. Hello. Oh, welcome to Actual Play UK. This is a wonderful evening to possibly murder some of my agents.
Hey, sorry, what?
No, that's not happening. That's not happening. Definitely not. Lovely to see everybody. You are all gorgeous and wonderful people, and I'm very happy that everybody could join us. Today, we are playing some more Delta Green. Today, we will be exploring the depths of some kind of forest with some kind of destructed helicopter that doesn't really seem like there's any issues with it, other than it being knackered, you know. Just wondering, has anyone been in a plane crash? No, good. I mean, that's good.
Officially, John, no.
Officially.
Is this one of those things like in the board game that the latest person to have a plane crash goes first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's absolutely the thing that I believe I want to know most about people is whether or not they've been in plane crashes. Usually people are fine. But, you know, sometimes someone stubbed their toe or something like that. That's different. But in terms of plane crashes, no. I've not come across anyone yet that's been in one. Surprising, huh? Anyway.
Toby from Trolls has been like, you know, if anything's happened to anyone, somehow
yeah, it's probably,
everything's happened
at least
to Toby.
he knows.
So probably, yeah.
How about helicopter crashes? Anyone been in a helicopter crash?
Or Darren, perhaps.
Oh yes,
actually,
we do know a pilot.
One of our trolls is a pilot, not one of the trolls on Tomb of Annihilation, but one of the trolls is actually a pilot.
Yeah.
And he's moved to America now, recently, and he's going to be trying to
seaplanes.
Isn't he going to be seaplanes? Yes.
Just go to the airport and just look up.
I see that. Oh. I'm going to move on.
Probably for the best, John.
I think so. Pip, how are you, my friend?
Sorry.
Everything okay?
I'm very well, and looking forward to getting annihilated by whatever is in the wood.
There is nothing there, I promise you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm looking forward to having a nice time in the wood.
Honestly, nothing.
A lovely stroll.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a teddy bear's picnic.
I've really very much statted my character for combat, as I'm sure has been.
Have you?
Oh yeah. Just you don't even know. You don't even know about the combat skills.
You don't even
of this overweight 52-year-old man with a serious smoking and alcohol habit.
You don't know. I don't know.
Peak combat. You watch. You watch.
It's
I think what was his name? Oh God, I forgot. I was about to say Elijah, and it's not Elijah. It's Icarus. I feel like he might be suddenly have just like broke out into some kind of crazy ninja style.
Yeah,
real dark horse
attacks or something.
I think there's going to be a moment when you're in a combat. And Elias is just going to suddenly be there.
He's going to backflip out of a tree and like spin kick a monster in the face. Yeah,
like an awkward spider.
Can anyone else not hear Natalia?
Oh, can you not hear Natalia?
No.
I can hear her.
I can hear her
just fine.
Have you got me muted on the if you go onto my thing individually?
Why have I got selective deafness just for Natalia? That's very strange.
Can somebody else tell him what I'm saying, because I can't
yeah,
hear
that'll make for a good stream.
That will. Simon, just try logging out and back in again. That might help.
Be right back.
The good old Delta Green technical issues.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yeah, it's just pretty much it. I think that how's that? Let's see. Natalia, speak.
Hello.
There we go. Now things make sense.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, I wasn't happy just relaying everything that Natalia said. It really wouldn't have made for the best
I was giving
stream.
instructions.
Boss, what's the order, boss?
Natalia says.
No, Twist says.
Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire. Oh, you're running out of time. Never mind. Nick, how are you today? Are you good?
I'm marvellous. Thank you very much.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
I know that.
Looking forward to not dying in the woods.
Honestly, I don't know where you guys are getting this from.
You presented us with nothing. The only thing scarier than something, and you presented it to us.
Does a member of Pisces shit in the woods? Probably in this situation.
4 members of Pisces.
Information.
I'm just waiting for the fact of for John to turn around and go, "Are you sure you want to do that?"
When the grinning, yeah.
Look, I take no pleasure, none at all, in the demise.
In what I am about to do.
Unfortunately, your face and general demeanour.
It's fine.
It's kind of calling you a liar.
Just accept it. Just accept it, John. Sometimes it's fun to torment people.
This is what Delta Green is about, to be fair.
Is that not why most people DM?
Yeah.
I don't know. All of you guys.
It's either that or some kind of god complex.
I know. Pip and Simon. Yes, I definitely have that. Pip and Simon, I know. Like you've done a fair amount of like GMing, DMing, and things like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, indeed.
So, do you find pleasure in tormenting your players?
I'm gonna let.
In character.
I think
pain.
Simon is more seasoned than me, so I will let Simon go first.
Yes and no is the answer to that. I mean, as long as you know that they're in for it, then I mean, there's some people who just want the light-hearted type stories,
Of course.
and they want to do the whole Munchkin thing, and I guess when I first started off as a GM many moons ago, I was an opinionated dick, basically. Yeah, and
I don't believe it, Simon.
And I used to say that there was only one, this way to DM was right and this way to DM was wrong. And it after a while, and a lot of people get this once they actually grow up, which I took a while to do, is that as long as you match the right story and the right people, they're having fun, and that's all that matters. Mm-hmm. Now, if you've got people who they're seasoned, they know the system, giving them the most agonizing situation and watching the cogs turn and them looking at you as if to say, "You bastard," that's sweet. It is sweet. And that point, yes, that is so good. And yeah, giving people situations where they have to act a little more, they have to push a little more with the social pushing. And sometimes they have to rack their brains and kind of go, "Oh my God, I've got to look into the law or the system or whatever." Yeah, I can't deny that at that point I am gleefully torturing them as much as I can. Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I would echo like it, and it obviously depends on your system and your setting as well. Like, if you're playing is it Wander Home? if you're playing Wander Home, like don't torture your players in that game. It's a sweet pastoral. If I'm thinking of the right game, it's a sweet pastoral story about there's no combat in that game. Like don't torture people in that game. That's psychotic.
But what would that be like if suddenly there were ninjas?
Yeah. You'd sit down with the ninjas and you'd talk to them.
Then that's fine.
And if you're playing in a horror setting, obviously, your players should be prepared for things to be horrific and difficult. But there is also something that I've attempted to do on multiple occasions and probably succeeded on a couple of them, which is where you do kind of stack a lot of things against your players and make them hate you a little bit. Although obviously very useful if that you is, some antagonists that you've given them.
Yeah, of course.
And you do that and you really push it and you really get people to a point where they are quite upset and things aren't working, whatever. And then once they come back around to that moment of defeating those people or getting one up on those people, there is that wonderful moment where multiple friends of yours are leaping up around a table, pointing at you and going, "Fuck you," and your reaction is so joyous. You're so pleased that your friends are like, "Yeah, I fucking got you, you son of a bitch."
Is that what we aim for?
That's what I aim for. That's what I aim.
Yeah.
That's what I endeavor to give to players if I can, you know.
If you can get that moment, it's just the sweetest thing.
So wonderful.
Yeah, I remember I made a bespoke creature for D&D called the Geminax, and the Geminax was a kind of a mutant. And when it first saw you, it locked on to one of the characters, and basically its hit points were your hit points, and your hit points were its hit points. You hurt it, your hit points went down. And the only way to kill them is to kill it. Your friend goes down, and then at the point where it's dead, it no longer has that effect. And then you get your friend up from 0 hit points, and then work on the next Geminax.
Oh.
And they fucking hated it. And it was great. They genuinely hated it. They went, this is wrong. This doesn't feel like D&D. And I was like, fucking good. You guys have been playing for 20 fucking years. Good.
It's finding that balance, right? Like it's still got to be. It still has to be fun. It still has to be. No one wants to sit down at the table and have a bad time.
No.
So it's finding that balance where you're like, can I keep you looking at everyone's faces and you're like, are you genuinely upset to the point where you're not enjoying this anymore? Or like, are you just having a strong emotional and semi-physical reaction to the unpleasantness that is going on?
But as you say, sometimes they don't know they're having fun themselves until they beat it. And as you say, instead of just beating it and kind of like, oh, well done, guys, they literally jump out of their chairs and are screaming at you. At which point it's like, fuck you, you all enjoyed yourself. It's good. Yeah. Obviously, please only do this with players you know well.
Oh God, don't do this. Don't do this at a convention with strangers. Don't do this
with
at a nice
kids. Don't do that.
At a sign-up game at a nice board game cafe. Don't do it there because those people will not be leaping out of their seats and swearing joyously at you. Like they'll just be sad.
There's something about just seeing people weep after you play with them. It's great.
You need to rephrase that, John.
Oh yes,
that's a whole other.
I do need to rephrase that. Yes.
That's a court case, John.
Moving on very swiftly.
I think we've got to leave it there, don't we?
Smoothing over that slight faux pas.
Let's talk about the aftermath of this, which is mental health. Just for a moment. Obviously, we are playing Delta Green, and it is about people losing sanity. It's about body horror. It's about existential dread. We all have the various things going on.
Names.
There's loads of stuff going on in everybody's life, and I think it's worth kind of giving a little bit of a kind of heads up to the fact that it is actually Time to Talk Day. And I know Simon has been kind of embroiled in this. Do you want to give a quick synopsis of what on earth this even is? Because some people probably haven't even heard about it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, so Time to Talk Day, it's every February the 1st. Normally at a point where, we've had the big come down after Christmas and things, and it's actually at a point where people who are having challenges with mental health tend to have the worst time. It's actually a couple of weeks prior that it starts, and then it kind of accumulates today. Time to Talk Day is just that, and that is that mental health affects everybody. We once didn't have the understanding of mental health that we did. A lot of people turn around and say, oh, we didn't have it in my day. You really did. You just didn't acknowledge it. And it hits any of us at any one point, and it can be from any kind of trigger. It could be stress. It could be worries about things that may not even come to pass. It could be dwelling on your past. It could be having to deal with your present. Anything along those lines can suddenly just put those cracks in the armor, and everybody is exactly the same. We're all eggs. Once you get a crack in the armor, we're all soft inside. And at that point, you'll try to deal with it a number of different ways, some of them good, some of them bad. One thing that you can do is talk about it. Now, talking about it, the second I say this, there's a load of people who could turn around to me and say, oh yeah, try it. Try actually talking about it. And yeah, talking about it directly isn't necessarily easy. So it doesn't have to be talking specifically. It could be that you write it down for somebody else. If you can't write it down for somebody else, write it down for yourself. Write it down for yourself, go off and do something else, and then come back and read the message to yourself. Anything along those lines can start getting you accustomed to talking about it. Even if you can just sit in an empty room where nobody's going to hear you, and talk about it out loud. At that point, you start to realize I am fucking dealing with this. I am fucking dealing with what is going on right now. And once you start to make that first step, it's easier to then go off and ask other people to help you. Now, this may not necessarily be a doctor or something like that, because everybody thinks going to get help is going to a psychiatrist or going to your GP. Those things are important if you need those things. But sometimes you just need a coping mechanism, or maybe you just need to have a little bit of help in work. That's where my job comes in. And that is, if you need what we call accommodations in work, your manager should be, if you've got a good manager, should be absolutely ready to help you. They've seen you at your 10. They've hired you because of your 10. They know your potential. They know why you're there. Now, if they see that you are less than that, don't keep them guessing. Tell them why. Tell them that this isn't permanent. Yeah. And that way you can reassure yourself. You're not going to be fired for a couple of days of you being distracted. Tell them, hey, something's going on at the moment. I don't want to go through the details with you. Or maybe I do. And most importantly, what do you need? Could it be that you need to come into work a little bit later because you're having trouble getting up in the morning, because you're having trouble sleeping? Is it that you might need to have a little bit more of a work break, or might need a bit more coffee? Who knows? Anything along those lines, a good employer will help you out with that stuff. And then if they see something where they may want to encourage you to go and get extra help outside of work, they can do that too. But the point is that they are with you on the journey. Not personally, not in your pocket, but they at least have enough information to go, hey, they're going through something. We shouldn't be thinking about this as the norm now. We shouldn't be thinking about this in what they give to us. Because when they're back on their feet again, we're going to get their 10 again. And we want to stick around to get that 10 back. So that's what Time to Talk Day is about in a nutshell. Speak to yourself. Speak to others, your friends, your family. Believe me, as a dad who would love his son and daughter to be able to talk to him more. But when they get to those teenage years, it becomes a lot more difficult. Speak to them. They want to hear these things, and get the help where you need to. Last note on it is that when you are talking to somebody, you are not admitting a weakness. You are displaying strength, because strong people deal with things. That's why you talk. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Simon. Seriously, man, that's... Honestly, I think it's probably really actually very important that we talk about this on this kind of game as well, because we lose sanity. That it's a game mechanic. That's part of what it is. But it's serious. There's a lot of stuff that people have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So you should never make light of it. You should never just kind of treat it as a butt of a joke or anything like that.
I mean, we're exploring this stuff in a safe space, and we get to laugh. And that's fine. You're allowed to laugh. There's not a problem. We can laugh about this stuff because that's how we're making it a safe space, is that we're having fun doing it. Better that we explore bits of this here, having fun.
Exactly.
Then we're not making light of anybody's pain, because we're at least going through the characters. So, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. Delta Green, try it. It'll help your knowledge of psychology.
In a way, yeah. Weirdly, kind of. So yes, obviously, with regards to that, we've got content warnings in this, because there is going to be stuff every now and again that might be triggering for people. So step away if you need to. That's all good. Come back when you're ready for more stupid jokes and talking about goop.
Back to the goo.
Back to the goo.
Said Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, no.
Delta Green is not about guns.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
It's not about Gwyneth Paltrow.
It's not about Gwyneth Paltrow. Definitely
it could be.
Not.
She might be the last boss.
Gwyneth Paltrow is not in Delta Green. I hope she's not. She might be an agent. Delta Green is not about understanding, especially about goop. Delta Green is about the end. It's the end of everything, your family, everyone you know, your country, all life on Earth. There's all of these things. It's about the end of everything. And your place in it, because you will end too. That's what the fear is about. That's what this game is about. It's not about winning, it's not about advancement, it's not about the best weapon or the most clever plan. It's about the end of everything. And how much of it that you will live to see. Welcome to Delta Green. We open up on a wide view of a beautiful forest. Greenery as far as the eye goes. Valleys. It starts raining. The pitter-patter of those fat raindrops hitting the trees, hitting the leaves, and flying birds in the distance. The odd sound of some kind of animal in the distance. The camera pans down into the tree line, and we see a mangled mess of metal and plastic, and the remains of a helicopter lies in the dirt.
Thank God you said that. I thought you was going to say the remains of 4 people.
Quickest game ever. Yes, there's no agency in this game.
17 seconds, I told you.
The remains of a helicopter lies in the dirt, and the rain starts coming down onto the broken glass and smashed metal. We see someone's head pop up from the absolute mangled remains through this hole that's absolutely torn out of the side. Eddie lifts his head up and pulls this longish box, about 1.5 feet, 2 feet long, slides it up onto the side of the overturned aircraft, and Cleric helps move this box. This is the black box recorder of Flight 191. You know that this aircraft was carrying a set of vials, as far as you can tell, a package that had the word bounce written on the side of it. Doing.
Flubber.
You also know that for a completely unknown reason, they had a crash in the Welsh Valleys, in the Wye Valley. You were told that various people were told not to go close to this wreckage, but you decided, okay, let's go, let's see what's there. What do you do?
Is there any way of activating the black box recorder? So
you can have a look at it. I'd say, you kind of search around on the recorder, and you can see that mostly it's really armoured. It's designed not to be absolutely destroyed in the event of a crash like this. This said, you can see that there is a set of ports that actually they just look like USB ports. That you can slide off like a rubberized cover, and you assume that you should be able to attach either a laptop or a phone or something like that. Just attach it via USB, and you figure that you can probably see what's on there.
Okay. Unfortunately, my laptop is back in the car because I didn't want to drag it around the Welsh Valleys. But well, it's an expensive piece of kit. It's
Yeah, of course.
So I suggest to my compatriots that we take the black box recorder back to the car and have a listen, and then come back to the helicopter. Or investigate a little bit further to see if we can see where the pilots and the passengers might have disappeared off to.
I think I made
because
an effort to see if there were
reported
any tracks last session, but I think
Yeah.
I didn't do very well.
Yes, you didn't. You didn't see any tracks, as far as I remember.
Twist is okay with that, but she's still not happy right this second. Heading back, she's going to take another walk around the helicopter, but looking both up, away from the helicopter. She does have a scope still that she used to use, a bit like binoculars, or a bit like telescope.
So kind of thing you chuck on the top of a rifle, that
sniper.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Sure. So she is going to take it not too far away from the helicopter, because she doesn't want to be stuck on the road with some crazy blue beastie. But she's still like, what's happened to people? They can't just disappear without any footprints. So she's going to be trying to see if she can look anywhere, use her scope to see further.
Okay, you will.
See if she can see any evidence of a struggle, or
Sure.
any people, animals,
So,
something.
Just as a setup for the actual the forest that you're in, there is a fair amount of tree cover. It's getting on for around about 4:30, around about that time. It's in October, so that you're getting towards dusk now. It's getting a little bit darker. Sorry, Pep?
So we're going to lose the light soon.
So, yeah, as Pip said, the light is dimming a little bit. You are also finding that because there is a lot of tree cover, it's a bit hard to see at any distance. So the scope might help a little bit, but mainly you're going to get tree. So feel free.
Yeah, look up as well to see if there's birds and things.
That's cool. There are a few birds that you can see. I believe Eddie had a look last time. He did see a few birds.
Through her scope, do they look normal, or do they look like they've got fingers?
Roll me a. roll me.
They're
Chat.
just waving.
Chat. There is a reason for this. If you've not joined us before, roll me an alertness. No, search. Actually.
Remind me where the dice are on Foundry.
Oh, if you go on to the chat section at the bottom right, it will turn up.
Oh yeah.
Aha! Right, cool. Is the M1 a D100? I think it is. Yep. Roll. Sorry, search. Did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I rolled a 69, which is a fail.
Nice.
69.
Okay.
I think seeing Twist like doing another sort of sweep, Arthur is gonna fish around in his like camera bag, and pull out a big chunky pair of headphones and a shotgun mic, which clips onto his camera, which is it's a simple directional microphone.
Yep.
And he's gonna attach that, and then bring the camera up and start like scanning, basically.
Presumably, you've been taking photographs of everything.
I didn't say I was, but I probably said at some point during this campaign.
Unless you deliberately said you weren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking pictures of everything.
Always taking pictures.
Swapping SD cards.
He's got a bit of electrical
constantly.
tape over the button just so it's constantly going.
So many pictures of just like the inside of my camera bag.
Yes, an armpit, you know. Cool. Right, Pip, I would like you to roll me an alertness if you're listening.
Yeah, I'm looking too, but I already looked and didn't find much, so it's mostly I'm just listening for like odd noises in the woods. So that's 37 under 50.
Cool, nice. So you are you kind of take up a position just near a fallen log, and you settle yourself down so you're able to kind of rest your muscles as you're very slowly panning this mic. You got your earphones in, and just I'm assuming actually it'll probably be a big pair of cans.
Big, yeah.
Yeah. So you're tuning out the thunder that started up, and you're just concentrating on doing these pans left and right through the bushes, and mainly you hear like rustling and things like that. Could be just ground-based animals, things like shrews, squirrels, the odd deer. You never know. A zombie. You pan left and right a little bit, and you hear something that sounds like it might be a stream, some kind of like watery sound, and then you move around a bit, slightly back towards where you came. Some more rustling and kind of it's kind of scratching sounds and things like that. You're not picking up anything that is specifically like a or anything like that.
Nothing that's immediately out of place in a wooded area.
Doesn't feel like it. Sure. Doesn't really feel like it. But you're pretty sure that there are a few animals still kind of knocking about. Now, I believe I said last time that you couldn't really see any wildlife in the immediate area.
Yeah.
There were some birds perhaps up in the high treetops, but this is all you've got at the moment. But now, going a little bit further afield, yeah, you can hear there is some stuff sort of going on.
Okay. So they've either recently been spooked away from this area, or they're just keeping away from it in general. Maybe. Or it was us, right? Like, we just wandered in here, so they wouldn't, animals don't,
Yeah, deer's not going to rock up to you and be like, hey, dude.
That's true. What's up? I bum a fag. Yeah.
Typical deer behaviour, right? Eddie, what are you doing at this point?
Whilst they're looking at the black box, Eddie is doing a far more mundane investigation. He's looking inside the crashed helicopter, and he's looking for anything that doesn't look right. A bullet hole, any signs of violence that went on, anything that's like a major buckle of the helicopter. He doesn't really care about. He's looking for something that's out of place.
Okay.
So like a rip in the seat that shouldn't be there.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
Okay, so are you still inside the helicopter at this point? Are you?
Yeah. He'll when he sees the others move off, he will move off with them. But the time he gets whilst they're pulling up the black box and setting everything up, that's what he'll be doing.
Okay, all right. So you go back to where the helicopter is, and just as a reminder, the kind of stuff that you're finding in there, it's quite scattered. It looks like there's been some kind of ruckus going on, as far as you can tell. Obviously, it's a crashed helicopter. Who would have thunk it? There's a shoe over in the corner. There's like bits of clothing. There's like lots of like webbing and stuff like that for holding cargo down. It looks in total disarray. I'd like you to roll me a search, please.
Of course. Ooh, that's a 5 under 45.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Wow. Nice.
Beautiful. You start pushing some of this cargo webbing up because you realise it's just like it's rolled right over because it's on its side. It's very difficult to kind of reorientate it in your head for a moment because you're not used to seeing this kind of thing totally like upended. So you kind of like, oh right, if I push this slightly and shove this little bit over here, and you hear a little clink, and you look down in the behind this this webbing, and you've dislodged a what looks like to be like a piece of metal, like tubing or something like that, and it looks like if you kind of look a little bit further, and you can see that there's like a metal box that's been cracked open.
Okay. Does it say bounce on it?
You can have a look. It's a bit difficult to see from this angle. It's a bit dark. Do you have like a light or something like that?
Twist has 2 mag lights if you need one.
Yeah, I've said previously that I had a mag light in the in the toolbox.
Yes.
And it's one of those. I think I remembered saying before. It's one of those 4D cell buggers that double up as a kosh.
It's a club. Yeah. It's a fucking nightstick that lights up. Yeah.
Eddie has a brand. Yeah. So.
And that brand is bludgeoning weapons.
It's staving in the skull. Let's face it. So yeah.
Hey, my favourite.
So he'll switch it on, and slowly extricate the box, kind of give a shout. I think I got something.
Also, just highlighting, last time we played, Twist gave everybody protective masks and gloves and things, so he is wearing.
Yes, we're all wearing requisite
I got my
PPE.
PPE on, boss.
I'm sure that'll save us.
This thin piece of cloth has rescued me. So I know it would in certain circumstances. That's fine.
No, we're not. Yes, sorry. That wasn't a statement of like anti-mask.
Not in a
It was just like a mask won't save you from like a sentient putty that's stronger than a man.
Yeah, it's not going to. It's not going to save you from. It's not going to save you from a xenomorph, but it might save you from other things.
COVID
Exactly.
things, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, COVID.
It might, for example, save you when your boss ends up firing a gun at some goo, splashing it all over the place. It may not go in your mouth. So there we go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just go in the eyes instead. It's fine.
In the last Alien movie, wasn't like one of the xenomorph things transmitted through like spores? There was like a spore thing. That guy would have been fine if he was wearing a mask. Wear a mask,
right?
guys.
What you mean? The pre-alien?
Yeah.
The one with the mechanic in it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Anyway, sorry, we're tangented.
Yes, it was.
I've tangented. John, carry on. Wear a mask, guys.
Sorry.
Eddie, you pull this this box. It's about like a foot foot square. It looks like actually a like a little flight case. And you can see that the clasps, actually, they're sealed. They have sealant, like sealing tape, placed on it, and you can see that also it says something about containment, do not open, so on and so forth, evidence, and you pull it out, and as you pull this not canister, sorry, as you pull the box out, the canister itself, the pipe thing, comes out as well, and you can see what's actually happened is the box is blown outwards. So there's all of this, it's almost like it's bloomed out. So the metal is torn back, and part of this canister that was obviously in there has come out as well, and it looks like it's about half a canister now. It's totally and utterly destroyed. You look into the this box, and you oh, what's in there?
We're all so fucked.
I'm just going to have a look.
You as you kind of you peer into it, you can see that there is shredded metal on the inside.
Okay. You said that I've seen the inside. Is there any blue goo on the inside of this thing?
Roll me an awareness. Or alertness, sorry. Alertness.
Roll me an evasion.
Roll me...
What the hell are 4 under 72?
Nice.
I am keeping these dice.
These are good dice.
Good dice today. Okay, so you start having a look in there, and you are being super careful. I'm aware of this. You're a professional, right? You're no idiot. You understand what you've seen before. You understand.
Yeah.
Eddie is not somebody who's just going to throw his life away just for
his prefix is crazy.
Not stupid. Okay, you might be crazy, but no, you're not dumb. So Eddie's looking at this kind of splayed open collection of metal, and you can't see anything really blue or anything like that at all. You catch you shine the torch in, and you see the letters NCE. You search around a little bit. In fact, you're like, okay, this isn't great. So you perhaps you point the light just further in there. Nothing.
Did you say the canister was empty as well?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I'm dwelling on now. There's this kind of, you know, sometimes when a word starts in the base of your throat, it's almost heavy. And he's looking at it all, and he's trying to speak, but he's just so overwhelmed by what he's seeing, and the brain's just going like crazy with the ramifications of what he's seeing, and this heavy word kind of just chokes in reverse up his throat, and eventually comes out as Twist, and he's just shouting for Twist to get over here.
I'd like you to roll me a sanity as well.
35 under 53, so we're
nice.
okay.
Nice.
Okay.
All good. No issues there.
And yeah, when she gets over there, he's there going, it got out. It fucking got out. There's nothing in here. It fucking got out. What the fuck? Not even a drop. I mean, why is there not a drop? And the way he shows it to Twist, he almost jabs it in her face. He's like, look!
The metal goes into her eyes and she's blinded. Roll me blindness. How do you respond to that?
Right, so Twist hears him call, and she immediately goes kind of almost military, like a scope goes back in her pocket, guns come back out, and she comes flying around, a bit Mission Impossible, expecting, some kind of warfare or, something's got going on. She sees Eddie in a state, and she's never really seen him in a state before. He's, things don't usually affect him; they bounce off him. So that's new for her to see him in that position. She takes the approach that she thinks what skills she has as she's, with talking to people. So she tries to talk him back down for a moment. She sees what he's showing her, which is really worrying for her, but also she's trying to take care of the situation of, everybody panicking is not going to get anyone anywhere. So she says, okay, right, Eddie, let's take a moment. So let me think, what could it be? So if we haven't actually seen this goo pre-infection, have we? So maybe it could be like spores, or maybe it could be
well, how did it get out? I mean, it wasn't pressurized, right? I mean, they wouldn't have pressurized this, right? It's not like a welding torch or some shit. I mean, it was just supposed to be some fucking goo slopping around in a fucking tube.
Actually, yes, they took it from the victims, didn't they? So it would have been
actually
post.
As a reminder for that, it wasn't taken from the victims. It was
taken from the lab.
From the lab.
Yeah. So okay. So and have we ever been told?
I imagine Cleric and I have also arrived, because if Eddie's yelling,
you've heard some shit going on.
You would have heard me.
Yeah,
I think I was still sitting on top of the helicopter near the hole, so there's a big giant head comes in, the big giant beard followed by a face comes in. He's like,
I think for comedy's sake, Arthur accidentally had the directional mic pointed in Eddie's direction when he screamed. So he could temporarily... yeah.
You hear this squeal of feedback. You throw the headphones aside and run over.
So when we got the we know that the samples were taken, and all of that stuff, in the helicopter. But do we know what the samples actually look like? Did they detail anywhere on the any documents that we found in the house?
That there were canisters that were found containing an unknown substance.
Did they say it was liquid? Did they say?
They said that it seemed to be liquid, and I believe it actually said that it resembled some kind of human biological. There was a similarity there, and it had the word "bounce" written on the series of canisters.
So she's going to carry on talking to Eddie and say, "Well, we saw the tentacle thing, didn't we, in the morgue place? So we know it could be sentient."
I've been trying to forget about that, boss. I mean, the point is, it punched through steel, boss.
I'm assuming this. Let's see. So what could that mean? So we had a certain amount of people on the plane who are now no longer on the plane.
There were two people.
Sorry. So there's two people who are missing.
Mm-hmm.
The canister is exploded. There are no tracks or anything of where these people may have gone. I think as the light's going, we really need to get out of here right now.
If I had to take a guess, I'd say this happened in flight, and it got inside both of them, and they crashed. Because I assume this thing, if it can get inside people, maybe it poppets them around, and I assume it doesn't know how to fly a helicopter. So
not straight
crashed,
away,
and then
give it
and
10
we've left
minutes.
it.
Give it 10 minutes. You'd probably be telling us how to build a rocket. But,
plus, it's been a couple of days, so, right? A couple of days since the crash.
Yes.
So they're long. It's long gone. And
Aye.
If that was the case, I wonder how long it could stay in a human. I wonder if with the two people we've forgotten people's names, but the Greaves and
Tybalt Greaves
Greaves and
his girlfriend
Amanda Griffin.
Amanda Griffin. I wonder whether it could stay in a human longer than that, or whether there was some reason. Let's get out of here and have a look at this black box.
Let's get back to the car.
I for one, I really don't think I'd like to find out, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, because we can't even work out how far it could travel. Like, it's been a couple of days.
Is the black box? It's pretty heavy, right?
One person could carry it, but it'll be easy with
one very large person.
Someone like Cleric would probably be able to handle it. You shove
the
it.
biggest man.
There we go.
I want Eddie's hands
accent,
free right now.
He's got over one shoulder with the baton in the other hand, just in case.
So he's going. So Twist is going to go up, follow up the rear, basically as they're walking back to the car. I'm assuming they're all going that way. Twist is going to stay at the back of them with their guns out. I'm assuming Eddie will go in the front, just to keep the two. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll go behind. I'm going to say Eddie, Cleric, Argus, Twist. Yeah.
That way, Argus also has the size of Cleric behind as well.
I would like a big man shield in front of me, please.
Don't we all want that in life?
and a deadly woman shield behind me. Thank you very much.
It's
like a murder sandwich.
And Arthur is gonna. He's right-handed, but Arthur is gonna switch his grip on the camera and kind of hold it sideways in his left hand where he can reach the shutter and sort of fish around in the bag and pull out the revolver that he found, sort of check that it's loaded and.
Cool.
Does he know how to turn a safety off, or just if not, Twist will quickly show him.
Pip, I
had everyone who's in Delta Green as the whatever it is, the basic training.
Basic training.
Yeah. Know which end the bullets come out. And
Which end the bullets come out to point it towards the enemy.
Yes. Yeah. So, Pip, just so you know,
just another type of camera, point and shoot.
Just doesn't take photos. I have put your Charter Arms Bulldog into your character sheet.
Oh, perfect. On Foundry, I will quietly remind myself how to do that.
Yes. So if you click onto your
I'll
character,
find it, John. Don't worry. You carry on.
No problem. So you manage to. Cleric, you shove the recorder just onto your left shoulder. Sorry,
left shoulder,
and you start making your way forwards with everybody else. Eddie and Twist kind of flanking you all, just to make sure that the people with less gun skills or fighting skills are more protected, because obviously you're starting to feel a little bit more tension now. Mm-hmm. You know that what was in those canisters is no longer in those canisters. You make your way through the forest and it starts to be quite still downpour of fairly significant amount. Rain's getting in your eyes. The floor is getting a little bit squishy under your feet as you're walking along. This said, the amount of cover from the trees is actually giving you a little bit of respite at points. As you walk between these areas, you're finding that if you go underneath some of the actual trunks, where the leaves are just that little bit heavier, you're not getting quite as soaked. So you work out that, right, I'll go this way. So it's a slightly meandering route that you start to head back towards your vehicle. After about 20 minutes, half an hour, you find your way back to your car. It is exactly where you left it. There is a fair amount of rain still pouring. I'm assuming you just head back into the car.
Before people get in the car, Twist is going to make them take their shoes off, their masks off, and everything. Put them in a bag, tie the bags separate, so anything that we might have been near. Like, I know we can't. Well, we could sit in pants, but it might be a bit weird to sit in the car in pants. Basically, because trying
this is
to
a
reduce
prime dogging
contamination.
spot.
I told you that I don't do these team building exercises. On a more serious point, Eddie does turn around and says, "So it could be like people now. That's what you said. It could be in someone.
I mean,
It could be anything.
We know it was inside a body. So,
and it did some weird shit to those birds.
So we could be chasing down someone who looks like people and taking down someone that looks like people in a place where there could be people."
Possibly. We don't know how it makes you behave. We don't know how long it was in Tybalt Greaves. We don't know if it was like an instant thing or if it actually had it in him for a while. We just don't know.
If I can just say one thing, I think it might be an idea that nobody goes anywhere on their own.
Buddy system.
Because otherwise, how can we trust you when you come back?
Someone's watched the thing.
many times. And so has Cleric.
Yes.
yeah, this is in character.
So, you are all sat in this car. The rain is coming down currently, and
sorry, Twist has taken my shoes.
I'm just to put in a bag in the car, like tied up. So
are you okay with that? Are you
sure.
happy?
Like I get. No. I understand there's the like safety issue of it. I just don't have any other shoes.
we can clean them
now.
or do something once we get the other end. It's just over now.
Perfect. I'm just
haven't
laying the
dumped
groundwork for you there, John. If anything goes down, I'm not wearing any shoes.
The thing is, I'm relatively glad that Twister decided not to take everybody's trousers and everything else. Otherwise, you're going to be, Cleric's going to be sitting there looking like a Wookiee in Y fronts.
There's a certain charm to that.
Why did I not wear my other pants today?
I think I will nudge the Cleric and be like, we'll get your laptop out.
So yeah. I was just thinking about worst case scenarios. So then the laptop.
Okay.
Digs out the compatible cable to go into the black box recorder.
Cool.
Why do I feel like you get them dodgy people who open with all the watches inside the coat? Why do I feel like Cleric does that with all different types of cables for different computer systems?
Very prepared.
I
was thinking in the laptop bag, to be honest. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. I've got SCAR cables. Got the old stuff, the classic SCAR. It's got SCAR.
Do you like SCAR? Okay.
I've got gold tip cables.
Oh,
got your RGB.
Want to buy the special ones.
Right. So
finds the compatible cable.
That's fine.
And plugs it in, and I guess new device pops up on the.
Yes. So Cleric,
New device. Who dis?
Your computer. What is it? It's computer science. That's just your skill.
Yes. It is. Hang on. Wait a minute. Yeah, computer science. Yeah.
Okay. So your computer science is pretty high, isn't it?
Yes.
What is it?
60.
Yeah, I mean, you've got no real issues here. There's no point in even rolling for it. That's fine.
Oh, nice.
Because
Nice back then.
Are you trying to get him to roll to see if he gets the USB in the right way the first time or something?
Let's just see how many times you do. You do it the prerequisite.
It doesn't matter what the
3.
result is, you're always going to get it wrong. Yeah.
It's always 3. Always the first one that you do.
Yeah.
So, after struggling with your USB, quite naturally, you're right. It does actually come up with a new device, and it looks like it's been configured to essentially be like an external hard drive.
Yeah.
You click onto it, and it comes up with a series of folders which all have dates on them, and you can see that it's set like about a month or so since it was last actually properly wiped. So you can tell, it's gone through. They keep it there as a month worth of data so that they can go back to it just in case.
Strip it out, record, and then save it somewhere, and then
exactly. So it's all backed up, and then they go through that process probably on a like after each flight. You look down to the date that this actually happened, which I think was October the 2nd.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, it is now October 5th, I believe. Yes. You go down to a set of files, and you see that there is one, and it looks like it was. I'm just trying to get.
Is it a WAV file?
Yes, it probably would be actually. It's MP3, man. Just trying to look at the time of it. It was 9:46 a.m. And you know from your research previously that was the point at which Swanwick Centre in London, which is London Air Control, they lost contact with Flight 191 after a moment of garbled radio. There was no report of malfunction, and there's nothing that came back, because there's usually an electronic tie as well to an aircraft, and it will send back malfunction data. There was no report of that happened. And the transponder places the flight exactly where you found it. You sit there for a moment, hovering over this file, just with your finger.
So Twist hasn't actually driven off anywhere. She would have turned, like she'd be sat in the car.
You're all sat in the car, yeah. You're all just kind of, I'm expecting you to just be kind of chill.
When Twist sees him hovering,
windows slowly listing
she
up.
says to him, "Do you want me to do this?"
No, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
You click the button.
London Control, this is Alpha 7, Flight 191. We are experiencing some engine malfunctions. We request immediate assistance.
Alpha 7, 191, stand by. We are checking your diagnostic.
Hey. What's that blue substance? It's leaking from the cargo. Is that normal?
Negative, Grant. I don't recognize it. London Control, we have an unidentified substance leaking from the cargo hold.
Alpha 7, proceed with caution. Can you identify the substance?
It's spreading. I can't control the stick.
Alpha 7, initiate emergency protocols. Do you copy?
Mayday! We're losing control. It's attacking us.
And that's what you hear.
called it.
Twist just goes, fuck. So, well, it's confirmed what we thought, but also we don't know whether it's just taken hold of these people's bodies, if it's dragged them somewhere and left them. We don't know. We don't know how it works. We don't know how long it lasts or
if I was
how big this one is.
If I was a thing with no legs, then I'd probably try to
get legs.
a thing with legs.
Well, we know
It's
it's
either inside him or right in like a
we
pulley.
know it's had an effect on wildlife.
Do we know what the
not
people who
people?
was? Do we know what the people who was in the helicopter look like?
Do you know what they look like?
Yeah.
I don't think so. You know their names.
Could we do some deep dive to try and find?
Could I possibly have their names again, Banjo?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be able to give you those. Year was... sorry, it's so many notes. There's pilots Captain Richard Heath and Captain Michelle Grant.
Well, why did one sound like one of the pilots from the Armstrong and Miller, and the other one sounded like an even lower tone bloke?
Because our budget is really high.
Michelle Miller, did you say?
No, Michelle Grant.
Oh,
And
Grant.
Richard Heath, is that right?
And Richard Heath.
Sorry, I got Miller because of Armstrong Miller.
I know you did. I would like somebody to roll me an alertness, please.
Gotcha.
Can we all roll alertness, just in case?
Yeah.
Just one of us?
What's everyone doing?
Well,
I would say Cleric and Twist, you've been quite
Okay. Fine.
involved.
Twist generally
in-
would always be looking around.
I would say that you were quite involved in that situation right there alongside
No, that's
Cleric.
okay.
So I would say either
Me and
Argus
Eddie?
or Eddie.
Eddie's driving.
Well, you're not
No,
actually
yeah,
driving.
We're not.
You're
We're not
just-
driving anyway yet.
Yeah.
I think we
I
were
don't think.
anyway.
All
So
right.
you're you're just sat there
we're
in the car.
I don't mind doing an alertness. I've got an alertness of 72, so I'm
Yeah,
probably
give
the
me an
person who's going
alertness.
to notice something.
Yeah, if it's just Eddie.
Argus, no, please give me a...
28.
All right.
Yeah, 28 under 72.
It's good.
64 over 50.
Okay. Eddie, you are sat with your hands just over the steering wheel, just listening to this. And you catch something else actually going on as well. You're like, the fuck was that? At which point, something not entirely small hits the side of your window. And it essentially looks like a darkish blue sea spider that smacks right up against the side of your window, and it's looking at you.
You've
And-
never seen a car started so fucking fast in your life.
Twist was facing. Twist was sat in the passenger seat, but facing back. Went, wow!
Has it got like an eye in the imagine
Not
that's
quite.
the palm sort of thing as well?
I will show you what it looks like after this
Are they the
break.
things that have got
Oh,
like
no.
the long?
Oh,
shit.
Oh.
We will be back in roughly 5, maybe 10 minutes, maybe a year. If my players want to run away that fast. What were you going to say, Natalia?
Are they the things that are like the little tiny things that have got like the kind of splayed hands
no.
and you know that? and they're really
No.
Oh no!
In the break, I want everybody to go search for sea spider.
I don't need to. I don't need to.
I
know
think I know what
exactly
this
what
is.
it looks like. It is a spindly nightmare.
Yep, it's what I
And-
thought it was.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you guys.
See, if it was in our other game, I would think it's Rana.
That's true. It's not Rana. It's Doom. Bye for a bit. Bye. Hello. It's okay. It's just me. It's not a giant, horrible spider thing. Oh no, actually it is a giant, horrible spider thing. Let's do some combat. So, this awful looking entity smacks against your screen, the side of your window, Eddie. There is this horrible, like, as it is trying its best to drive its head, its limbs, whatever it is, into the window. If you'd like to go over to...
like is such a strong word.
I know. If you'd like to.
No.
You want to. You so
Nope.
want to.
Nope.
Anybody with spider issues, phobias and things like that, do
You mean
bear in mind.
arachnophobia?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
That is what you see.
Oh boy.
Yellow
I
eyes
say, I don't love it.
pulsating in front of you. If you look closely...
Me, Natalia, finds that fascinating and almost cute. But in that situation, no.
Do all of the eyes look... When it looks, do they all look in the same way, or do they just all look in different ways?
They're all different kind of... They're moving around in a very, very jerky fashion. And you find...
Sorry, it looks mental.
You find that... yeah, it does a bit. You find that the ends of the... almost fingers, some of them seemed to branch off into kind of small... almost hands in places, so there are like limbs. It's very bizarre, and everybody who sees this, which is, I imagine, pretty much all of us.
Oh yeah.
I'd like you to roll me some sanity, please.
Right.
Can I also ask?
Yes.
The weird tentacle thing in a jar that Icarus had. Does any of this spider thing look like? Any parts of it look like that?
Oh, it's kind of similar in a way.
Sanity is just not. Sanity is just a D100, right?
Oh no. Well, yeah, it's D100.
Just
but
to,
yes.
Just to remind myself, and of course the people at home, of the mechanics of rolling a check here.
Yeah.
You are rolling against your current.
Your current
points,
sanity, yes.
And I want to get under it,
you want to get under it, yes.
And when
I don't want to get
and we
that
count down, right? We
That's
lose
correct.
points rather
So
than build up.
when you lose points and it counts down, that makes it harder to obviously pass your sanity checks.
Okay. Well, I am currently at 49 of 60 sanity points, and my breaking point is 48.
Not far then.
So this is quite an important roll.
Yes.
For old Argus right here. That is a 66, which I believe is a critical failure, John.
Yeah.
That's a critical failure.
I mean,
And these dice in the mail to you now, Pip.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
it's like all my Christmases have come at once.
Oh no.
You are so getting a weird blue spider monster creature for Christmas next year.
Pip.
Yes. Let's see.
I'm gonna let you do this. I would like you to roll me a 1d6, please.
Get my lovely sparkly blue one. It's full of hope and joy.
It is.
Oh God.
Blue might not be the best colour to be picking in them.
No, I've rolled it. That is a 3, John.
3.
It's a 3.
This is okay. This is okay.
Okay.
Sort
great,
of.
good.
You have lost 3 sanity points. Now, do not forget, you are able to move those sanity points over. You're able to essentially put them into a bond, if that is what you would like to do.
Yes.
I'm assuming you would like to do that.
I would like to do that. Yes,
Okay.
if I can.
Okay, yes.
And I'm gonna keep hammering away.
So if you would like to roll me a 1d4. Now, what this is you roll the 1d4, whatever you roll, that is the amount that goes over onto your bond.
Oh, I
So
see.
say you rolled.
It's
Say you
not
rolled
just
a d6.
Sorry?
Say you rolled a d6 and
Yeah.
you rolled 6 up on a
Yep.
d6.
Yep.
Would you then roll a d6 instead of a d4 because then you've got
No.
6 points to.
No. You always roll a d4 for putting onto your bond.
Okay.
So if you actually rolled a 6 and a d6, you'd have to keep 2 whatever, like.
Yeah, so you'd still have to keep 2 if you rolled 4, for example.
Ooh, that's a 3. That's
It's a
good.
3. So
But it isn't all of. Oh wait, how many
No, it
sanity
is.
points did I take? I took 3.
you took
right?
3. You have
Okay, so I'm
managed,
clinging on.
You have managed to cling on to sanity for the moment. Well done.
Thanks.
Cleric, how did you do?
What my current sanity points are 40,
Yeah.
which is a shame because I rolled 63.
Ruh-roh.
What's your breaking point?
36.
Okay, he's all right.
Pip,
Hello.
I've realised I fucked it.
Yeah. Oh, good.
You rolled a crit fail, didn't you?
I did. I was, to be fair, John, you started going on to cleric, but I was going to ask,
did.
like, what was the extra bad? Give me the extra bad.
The extra bad is the fact that you still lose 3 points.
Great. Oh, what? Even though? Oh, because it's double.
It's the maximum amount. So
so you don't
apologies
take
for
6
this,
points.
but
That's fine. I'm still going to put that 3. We'll keep that as it was. I'll
Yes.
still put that 3 onto
that's
my
fine.
bond
That's
because
cool.
why not?
Yes.
So
So you do lose 3 points.
and I lose 3, which okay,
Okay.
So it's 2 below
So
sanity.
that yes.
that puts me to 46.
So now
Breaking point is 48.
you will need to rework out your breaking point, your new breaking point. So you can do that. It's essentially you should be able to do that in Foundry.
How do
okay.
you do that then?
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that based on? Sorry, I don't want to do mechanics right now. I want to do exciting,
Oh yeah.
scary.
That's okay. We'll deal with that
encounters.
later. We'll deal with that a bit later. I'll come back to you in a moment, Pip. Cleric, you said that you failed, didn't you?
I did.
Would you roll me a
But it's
d6?
It was a standard failure rather than a critical.
Yep, that's fine. That's a roll.
I rather not. but
A
yes.
crit fail is basically you get the maximum fail. So it was d6, Pip got the 6.
3.
3. Do you wish to project that onto a bond?
Can you split it amongst different bonds,
No.
or does it all have to come from one?
There's one bond.
I think it kind of makes sense because Alison is worried about me already, and the police have been calling and all sorts of things. And I've been disappearing off into the countryside and
Yep.
falling off the radar a bit. I think all those 3 are going to have to go against Alison.
That makes sense.
Alison is
From
his
a
wife.
Alison's his wife,
Yeah.
yes.
from a character role playing point of view.
That makes total sense. Yep. So, you need to roll a... Did you roll a d4 for that?
I
as
have
well?
not yet.
Okay.
I rolled a 1 on the d4.
Okay, so 1 goes over to Alison. You still take 2 points of sanity.
It's not going to break him.
Not quite.
Where is your breaking point?
36.
Okay.
I have 2 more points of sanity before I'm broke.
This is such a sweet spot that we're in right now. Eddie, how are you doing, my friend? Have you rolled?
I'm going to use these dice for every role-playing game I ever play from now on. I don't care what the game is. If it's D&D, I'm still rolling this D100, right? 11 under 53.
Wow. Look at that. Yeah, crit success right there.
Breaking point was 48 for those who are interested.
That's fine. You still lose 1 point because this is a stressful situation. And it is, just so you know, this is from the unnatural. So no one's ticking anything off from either helplessness or from violence. Okay?
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Twist.
So, Twist rolled. Let me double check again. Hang on. So my current so I'm trying. Oh right. So my current points are 63. My breaking point is 56. So I've still got a few. My roll was 74. So it was so I failed, but it was a standard fail.
Okay. So you failed. Would you like to roll me? I know you wouldn't, but a d6, please.
Roll. I rolled a 4.
Okay, so that's 4 points of sanity, but you can project that onto one of your bonds. Who would you like to do that for? If you wanted to do it at all, you could just take it.
I can't choose to. I know we can't split it between bonds, but I can't. Can I take some of it and put some of it on a bond?
Yeah. So if you're wanting to, you've got 4, all you can actually do is roll a d4, and then if you get 4 points, that will go onto the bond.
Do it anyway.
Yep. If not, then you'll just get some of it. So there's a kind of 1 in 4 chance, I
check
suppose.
some. I'll see what.
You'll see what happens. I mean, it's the roll of the dice, right?
I rolled a 4.
Okay, so all 4 points go on to which bond?
But didn't you say that you wanted us to take something because of it being stressful?
No, that's if you succeed, you still get one.
Okay.
So don't worry about that side.
I will give it to the steampunk group, my group of nerdy friends.
Your group of nerdy friends. Do they have a name, by the way?
I'll have one for next week.
Okay.
They will have a really cool. Oh, well, some of them do. I've got two actual people's names.
No. I'm talking about the group themselves. This is not the most important.
I will find a cool name group.
Good.
Yeah, I'll find a cool name for them.
I wait with bated breath. Okay. Cool. Each one of you are slightly shook. Eddie, amazingly, is the least shook, and it is right against him. It's right against this window.
He just goes back to reading his newspaper.
Yes, yeah.
Eddie. As I said, I've accidentally rolled a sociopath.
You have. What we have now is a combat scenario. This means that we are going into a let's say initiative situation. What are your initiatives? Now your initiatives will be actually, let me just have a look here. Your initiatives will be your dexterity. So not the 100% one, so not like 45% or something like that, but is it 9? Is it 7?
9.
So
I've
okay,
got 9
so
as well.
So cleric and Natalia are both 9. Pip, what is your
10?
10. Okay, and Eddie.
Also 10.
10.
Nice.
Okay.
At least that means one person who's a fighty person that goes first with somebody that isn't a fighty person. Otherwise, it would just be
You
the
say
two
goes
squishies.
first. Depends how good this thing's dexterity is, I imagine. With all those fingers, probably quite good.
You find that you are sat there, Eddie, next to this window, and this monster, whatever it is, it looks like it is it's very thin, spindly. Its limbs are kind of slightly blue, slightly off yellow, and you've got this cluster of eyes all facing different directions. It is very aggressive. It is smashing into the side of the window. You see that all of a sudden it lifts some of its kind of spindly finger arm things, and there are more fingers on the end, and it moves into almost a fist on several of them and starts punching at the window. I'm going to roll something now.
Is it our Windows hit points?
Why is this car not double glazed?
Why didn't we take the obvious armoured car? Why didn't we do that?
Why not?
Why don't we take a tank?
Okay.
Is it what are we in at the moment? Is it a Volvo? I can't remember what.
I think you're in a Volvo or
Yeah.
something like that.
Notoriously hardy.
Don't worry about it.
Volvos are hardy.
Yeah, if we're in a
Fine.
Volvo
They're
A80,
cockroach
it's like an
cars,
armoured car
you know?
anyway, so yeah, we're fine. Yeah.
It's a wardrobe on wheels.
Right. Okay, now I have to roll this. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm reacting.
Stop
Here. I
it.
shouldn't be reacting. Okay. Now, Argus and Eddie, you both have the same initiative at the moment. You both have the same dexterity. We'll say, for the sake of argument, you're both essentially acting at exactly the same time.
But I imagine they're both at the same side of the car. Like I imagine Argus is sat behind it.
I
Makes
feel,
sense.
yeah. Let's
Anyway.
up to you guys. Obviously, Eddie's in the driver's seat. What side would you say Argus is in? You in the back? You in the
Yeah,
front?
probably in the
Twist is
probably
in the
the
front,
back.
Okay.
Although actually, Twist and Cleric were sort of
Looking at
poring
the
over the
laptop.
laptop
what I
situation.
was
So
wondering
maybe
about.
they're in the back and I'm in the passenger seat.
Could be.
Yeah,
That
Because then
makes sense.
I'm
Yeah,
Is
that
that
makes sense.
sounds
to me.
more sensible.
That seems
So
plausible
Twist
to
will
me.
have a back to it, I guess.
No, you're
Facing.
so just for clarity, the Cleric and Twist, you're in the back seat. Say Cleric, do you want? Let's say Twist. Twist is behind the driver's seat. Okay, Cleric, you are on the left side, passenger side, at the rear seat. Argus, you are in the left passenger seat, and Eddie, obviously, you're in the driver's seat. The entity, whatever you want to call it, weird spider blue dude, he is
beastie, yeah.
on the right-hand side, right next to Eddie's head, currently. Okay? So, up to you, Argus or Eddie, whichever you want to go for first of all. More than happy.
I'm gonna be wigging out on my turn, right? Like,
He's past breaking point.
Maybe.
I'm past my breaking point. So if my limited understanding of this game is anything to go by, then I will. So maybe we should do that to see whether
Okay,
I'm like.
that's fine.
Yeah, is that
That's
okay?
fine. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity to decide what that's actually going to look like, Pep. In case anyone watching doesn't know, you have a couple of different things that you would kind of end up doing. So if you lose sanity up to a certain point, let me just find this just so that I can make sure it's correct. So if you lose sanity, you've got kind of 3 options available to you.
You've been waiting to do it.
So you got flee. Yeah. So you have flee, fight, or submit. Okay. Flee. You'd essentially open up that door, get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fight. You would mindlessly attack anybody in sight. Submit. You'd essentially curl up into a helpless ball. What do you feel Argus is going through at this particular point? He sees this thing just smacking against the side of this window. Weird spindly arms just start punching it as well.
Yeah. It's not fight. It's not mindlessly attack everything in sight. I don't think. That's not this moment, right? Like that feels like a very different thing to what's currently happening. All right, I'm gonna roll something here because I'm not sure. I'm just gonna roll dice and see which of those other two it's gonna be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically. Yep, it's the more cinematic choice. He fucking turns, opens that car door, and just runs. And you know what? I very much doubt he closes that car door behind him.
Beautiful. Okay, cool. Argus.
I move whatever my full movement is into the woods, I guess. Like, I don't know where I'm going. You can tell me where I'm going, John.
We're out of the woods.
I'm going away
so
from
I think
this
we're
thing.
at the edge of the woods, so you could, you've got the option of woods or out of the woods, I think.
I don't have any options right now. My option is away.
Okay, that's fine. So you find that you run very quickly out of that. Push open the door and you start heading through.
Can I
the
remind
woods.
you?
Yes.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
I
no
remind
shoes.
you? He's not wearing shoes.
I'm not wearing shoes.
That's right.
And it has been raining for a while now. I would just
Yes, it has.
Stepping in all the blue goo all the way along.
So, Argus forces his way out of that door. Door goes to the side. Ding, ding. The belt flings off to the side as well, gets caught on some branches over to the left. Argus is fucking out of there. He is absolutely legging it, and your legs are slipping in the slightly muddy ground, crushing bits of twigs, going over all of the detritus of the forest, and you are running. Okay.
Changes what I'm doing.
What is your con, Argus?
what is my con? I don't think it's... Oh, it's not the score rather than the times 5.
Yeah.
It is also a 10.
You are running for 10 rounds.
But I have... Oh, okay, great. Yeah, okay. So, sorry, carry on.
That's
You
all.
run
10
yourself
rounds.
exhausted. Yeah.
You are
rounds.
running for 10 rounds.
Cool.
Into the woods.
It's been fun, guys. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Pip Gladwin, everyone.
I'm
Pip
still here.
Gladwin.
I'm still here. It's okay.
Okay, so
I can go if you want, though, John.
no, I want you to stay. I want you to see this.
You don't get away that
Eddie.
easily.
Eddie, you see Argus book it. Door flings open. Entity of some description on your right hand side.
I think you hear, like, as he's going, under his breath, you just hear him going, I'm sorry, like, under his breath as he just disappears into just out of the car. He's gone.
Awesome. Eddie,
Here we go.
you start to see some slight cracks on the window.
Yep.
What are you doing?
So yeah, this changes everything because I'm looking at my motivations here. Part of a team can handle anything. The fight in the dog.
I love it.
He was about to start the car, book it the fuck out of there because he doesn't like being in a fight that he doesn't feel in control of. Then Argus books it, and all they hear is just the loudest fuck. And instead of doing that, he turns around in his seat. He hasn't put the seatbelt on anyway. He didn't have enough time. He turns around the seat, presses one foot against the end of the door, then flicks the door release and kicks the door as hard as he can to basically jettison this thing. And as he's doing that, he's picking up this fucking torque wrench. And as he gets out, he screams at Twist, "Get Argus!" And
cool.
He's gonna head out. He's gonna beat the ever-loving shit out of this thing.
Okay, right. So let's say that just to make sure that everyone is aware, you do have various like combat actions within all of this. So most of the time, just sort of do what you want, and we'll work out how that fits within the kind of economy of what's going on. Most of the time, it's like a few seconds or so of what occurs within this period of time. So, Eddie, I would say that you've like hitting that door release and then twisting around and getting your foot against that and essentially ejecting this thing as far away from you as possible. That will be an action. You getting out of the car and like with the wrench, that will be part of your second action. I would say actually probably you getting out of the car, thinking about it, that's going to be a movement. So you probably actually can do that as like part of this round, because you will have some movement and you will also have the action itself. Okay, so yeah, let's say that you fling open that door, you get out of the car. That's your action. Okay, so now we're over to both Twist and Cleric. Again, you're both at 9, so you are acting simultaneously.
So did Eddie manage to fling the monstrosity off of the car?
Oh yeah, sorry. I really should roll that, shouldn't I?
Would you like an unarmed combat or something like that from me?
No, because what would it be?
What is the car flinging roll on here?
Yeah, that's a tricky one, isn't it?
I'm happy to use drive, you know.
Yeah, I bet.
Heavy machinery. I don't know.
Let's roll actually something like a strength, because what you're doing there is you're using just your raw power to get that thing as far away from you as possible. Okay, and this will
not
be
just punching it. So because he's using the door as well, would he get any more? Would he get any kind of
no? Because what you're doing is
advantage
because you're pushing the door primarily, and you've got this thing outside it. Yes, it's a shield. You're not necessarily going to get hurt, but it's about his power of being able to propel that door forwards. And I'm going to do this contested as well, which means that there's a possibility that even if you fail, you might still be okay. All right?
I'm never using any fucking dice ever again. Just these dice.
Right.
9 under 75.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I've rolled under 10 3 times already.
Okay.
I have a wonderful image of you playing like D&D, and they're just like, could you stop rolling percentile dice, please? Roll a d20.
Oh, yeah.
No.
No way, man.
It's fine. I'll roll under 20 anyway. It's fine. We're cool.
So that's 9 under 75, was that?
Yep.
Okay. Contested checks are usually a little bit different in that if both parties succeed, it's whoever gets closest to their maximum. Because think about it as a level of difficulty.
Got the lowest, but...
So it's the level of difficulty. A 9 would actually be, that's actually kind of easy. And if you're 70, a 69 would be very close to being very difficult. Because if you think about it in the ability levels, the better you are, the higher your score is, right?
Yeah.
So, a little peek here. I was trying to get under 75. And I got 68. So that's closer to the maximum.
It beats Eddie. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
So
in that respect, what happens is you force this door open and you hear this like, and it holds on to the side of the door very closely, and it starts to essentially, it looks like it's just grappled onto it. The door is open, it's flung open, and do you still want to get out of the car? Yeah, cool. Right. So, door flings open, just out of reach of you, and you got out of the car. Twist, what are you doing?
So, all of Twist's training and everything else is telling her being inside a enclosed vehicle which has an engine is safer than being outside with the creature. So, Twist is going to try. Because she's in a oh no, she's not. She's not in a passenger seat, is she?
No, you are in the rear.
How much movement would I get to do anything?
You can open up that door and get out of it absolutely fine.
I don't want to, but if I don't want to do that,
So you are sat behind the
what I would like to
driver's seat.
do, but I don't think I can.
What do you want to do?
Is jump over to the driver's seat, or to the front at least, somewhere in the middle of the front. With one hand, grabbing the door handle and ramming the door shut to try and shut this thing's finger things in the jaw jam, whilst also shoving my foot onto accelerator at full speed, and my left arm basically almost doing a donut, if you like, to spin the car. The other one, because I'm assuming we're in an opening anyway, to try and to go towards.
To remind you, you have ended up in a position where you can no longer really drive forwards. You drove into the the forest, and the only way out is really backwards. I thought we stopped
at the edge.
No, you drove into the forest.
Oh.
You're up a very dirt track. You got as far as you could.
Well, in that case,
and then you got out.
Instead of all right. Well, in that case, she's going to try and just reverse at full speed then.
Okay, so what you're saying is what are you going to get out of the car and go round, or are you climbing over the chair?
She's climbing. She wants to use her right hand to grab the door to try and jam this thing's fingers. As she's climbing, she'll use her left hand to try and change gear to reverse.
Okay.
I'm assuming, unless it's automatic. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Now,
it's a lot, so I don't know.
Bear in mind, it is a lot here. Also, Eddie is currently stood in the doorway.
Is he only in the doorway? Is he not managed to get out of the door?
Oh, he's out. But the door is between him. So he's stood actually in the doorway of it, and the thing hanging on the door.
So he's not out of the door, really. He's in the doorway.
He's out of the car, but he's stood next to the door.
So he's in the way.
So you closing it is going to hit Eddie. What do you want to do?
go.
it.
We can go over to Cleric if you want to have a quick think about it, because you're both acting at the same time.
Yeah, for a minute. Just
Okay, Cleric, what do you want to do?
Well, Cleric has history of curling up in a ball and just trying to wish that he wasn't there.
It's a solid plan, my friend.
He also has a history of wailing on stuff.
Yes. Yes,
I
he does.
think seeing this thing slam up against the window,
Mhm.
screeching like something not of this world, I think he would be freaked out enough to just rip the cables out of the
A black box.
black box.
Yep.
Fling open his door, run round the front of the Volvo with the black box, the heavy thing, which
Oh, okay.
I mean, 10,
Are you going to
10
go all
12
around the front?
kilos,
'Cause don't
something like that.
forget, he's sat in the back.
You're
at
in
the
the
moment. Would it
rear,
not be
left,
quicker for him to go around the
probably.
back?
Yeah, probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it possibly even sliding across the bonnet.
Oh.
That's
Rule-
totally
rule
what
of
I
Maybe
cool.
not.
what I
That
was
might
gonna
be
do,
difficult
yeah.
with agility. Maybe I won't do that. And then
Dude, rule of
as
cool.
he gets, yeah, rule of cool, exactly. As he gets to the door, just full sort of like baseball bat swing with the black box onto the squishy blue spider thing.
Okay. So
That's
I
what would like to do.
I would say that in that instance, you can actually you can jog 10 meters, you can run 20 meters, and you can sprint 30 meters within a
10 meters would be
yeah.
easily enough round the.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, you can usually only go about 3 meters as part of another action, though.
I reckon.
And I think
1, 2
you
across
could-
the bonnet, splat. Yeah.
You
About 3 meters.
What I would say in this instance, yes, let's say rule of cool, yeah, let's do it. You fall out of the car essentially. If you are desperate to want to like pull out the cables and everything,
I'm not doing it carefully. This
So-
is literally just.
yeah. The way I see it is you are just pushing open that door, legging it right around, sliding over the bonnet, and laying into this thing with this flight recorder. Okay, right.
Right,
Yes.
so if everybody's decided to get out of this big rectangular safety box,
with all the doors open. With all the
usually what
doors
we call
open
a
except
Volvo.
all
for
the doors
yours.
open, Twist is like, for fuck's sake. So in that case, what Twist will do is I'm
That's
not going
fine.
to do
We
what
will
they'll say. So-
resolve what Cleric's doing first. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So, Cleric, you jump out of the car, you slide over the bonnet, and within that same movement, you bring this flight recorder down onto some of the multi-limbed monstrosity. I would like you to roll me an attack. That I reckon that can be melee. That's totally fine. I'm really happy with that.
Good.
Do you mean unarmed combat for that?
No, it's not unarmed. He's holding
Oh,
a large item. that
Heavy-
he's-
heavy melee
metal
weapon.
box.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise we had a thing for that.
That would be an 11 under 70.
Crit. That's a crit, my friend. So
Nice.
let's have a look at what this would probably be. Let's see.
I knew all those years of medieval reenactment
Yeah.
and full armored combat would.
I reckon. I'd like you to. Okay, if that was a crit, that means you get maximum damage straight off. You don't even need to roll. So that's 1d8 plus 1. So you get 9 points of damage on this thing. And you
Don't
see...
forget, though, before you see what happens to it, Twist is doing things simultaneously to him.
That's cool.
So
that's cool. Okay, Twist. What do you do at this point? So you've seen Cleric at this exact same moment.
Yeah, so Twist goes to like lean forward as though she's going to jump to the front, sees Cleric making for the door to get out the door, and she's like, fine, and then changes her mind of what she's going to do.
Yep.
She grabs a gun. She opens the back right door, which is where she sat at. And the creature, did you say, how big is it roughly?
Okay, it is roughly
Window size?
It's a fair few feet high, so about 3.5 feet, maybe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bigger than I thought then.
Yeah, so it's actually smacking against the door, and it's not small. It's not insignificant by any means.
How much of it is going around the side of the car door?
It's holding on with its kind of limbs. So it's like fingers mainly.
It's fingers.
It's like it's gripping.
So if I was to come out of my door,
yep.
How much of the creature could I see without Eddie being in the way?
You're going to be able to see. Roll me a luck. This is D100.
No, it's not. It's 63.
Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like Eddie's taking up most of the room right in front of this creature. You're going to have to... You can aim or something like that, if, for example, if you're going to pull out a weapon.
If I'm able to move anyway, surely if I've got movement, I can move.
You can move out more.
Further out, couldn't I?
Yeah, if you're wanting to do another action on top of that, you can get up to around roughly 3 meters.
I don't need to get quite that far.
Okay,
basically, I want to go just further. I was going to go around the door, like sort of keeping the door between me and it. But if Eddie's in the way, I'm going to basically go to the side of the door, but crouched.
That's
so
cool.
I can still hide it.
Yep, that's cool.
And I'm going to aim probably for something in the center of this monster's middle bit, somewhere.
Okay, so.
Like,
that would say be
I don't know if it's got a mouth or something, but whatever.
You can't see anything at the moment. So there's something called a cold shot, which it would ignore cover or armor. It is a -20 to your roll, but you have the ability to essentially. You could stun the target. You could also you could like do half damage, for example, if you didn't want to create as much of a. Obviously, this isn't the situation for this, but cold shots allow you to pinpoint exactly where you're firing. You could just fire. You could just attack if you wanted to, or aim, which will allow you to add +20 to your next roll.
So +20 on top of it.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's if you aimed, but that is the end of your...
Sorry?
That would be the end of your go. If you aim...
No, but if you aim, you can aim, and then you shoot next turn.
Yeah.
With bonuses.
But didn't Eddie hit the thing with his car door and get out? Isn't that an aim? And hit?
No. An aim is essentially where you, if you have a weapon, if you have a gun, aiming... It offers you a bonus for the next round.
So it's steadying the gun and sort of checking twice.
So if I aim, I'm more likely to get a better shot and I get the extra 20.
Yeah, exactly.
If I don't aim,
then it's
I've
just a straight roll.
Own.
Yep.
And
but it will happen now.
Do a cool shot, I lose 20. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, if you were just aiming, if you are just shooting now, then I'm gonna. Actually, if you've moved over to the side, it'll just be a straight shot. If you're wanting to hit a specific point on the creature, it's a called shot.
I'm just going to do a straight shot.
Fine. Roll me firearms.
I'm assuming because it is so big anyway, and I'm so close to it because it's just at the front, driver's thing anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of it is going to be in front of me to be able to shoot at. It's not like it's miles away.
If you're moving right up close to it, we can say that.
Well, it's in front of me. It's if you said it's like 3 foot high, and I've
If you're
Just
moving
move out
around,
by the door.
Eddie. Yeah, if you're moving around Eddie, yeah, that's fine. We can say that you've actually got a point blank, which will give you a +20.
Oh, cool. Okay. And I can shoot now.
But you put yourself engaged with the damn thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but sod it. Right. Okay. So that would be. That's fine. Anyway, so my firearms is 60.
Yep.
With a +20, that'd be 80.
Yep. What did you roll?
I rolled a 16.
Okay, easily. So you.
She's also going to shout, Eddie, duck, close your mouth.
Close your mouth. Okay. So, do you know what damage your gun does?
Oh, let me have a look. Where did I find that?
I've got it here. What are you using? Heavy or medium?
Let me look at the difference.
It's a D12 or a D10.
I'll go for the
heavy?
The heavy. Go on then.
Okay, so roll me a D12, please.
All right. Sorry if this all goes wrong again, people. What one's...
So she whipped out the 50 cal Desert Eagle then.
I mean, this is going to be loud.
And call its friends.
Perforated eardrums are standard now for Eddie.
It really is, isn't it? Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, Twist and Argus already went deaf for several hours.
Okay. So, what did you get?
9.
9. Okay.
So is that 9 points of damage?
That's 9 points of damage.
So that's on top of Cleric's 9 points of damage. So between us, we've done 18.
Mm-hmm. You see this thing. It's holding onto the door, and Cleric, you bring this flight recorder down on some of its limbs, and you see them kind of going crunching underneath the flight recorder. Twist, you steady your aim and fire, and you manage to hit center mass, and you see this spurt of like just come right off of it, and it falls onto the floor inert.
Cleric's probably going to sort of stumble backwards, sort of drop the flight recorder and just sort of stumble backwards, with holding his head in his hands.
Eddie is going to go absolutely apeshit and keep beating this thing into the floor until someone stops him.
Okay,
Twist is just gonna shout, "Get in the fucking car!"
So Eddie,
Everyone.
I would say we're still in initiative because Argus is pegging it.
And I'm not even.
You're out of it.
I've got 9 more rounds to go, baby.
Eddie, you're
his feet are shredded, but
you're about 20 meters away currently.
Yeah.
Into the undergrowth.
If anything, when there's gunfire, I think I will speed up.
Go faster.
Okay. Eddie, you are laying into this thing that's on the floor, and as you're hitting it with your wrench, you see the limbs just kind of go, and it seems to just be affected by the fact that you are just smashing it. Is anybody stopping Eddie? Is
Twist is going to shout to Cleric and say, "Grab the recorder, get in the fucking car, grab Eddie." And Twist is going to be like, Twist is going to jump into the driver's seat, and basically so Cleric can drag Eddie into the back.
Okay.
As Cleric is dragging Eddie back, he's screaming.
I haven't said I'm going to do that yet.
Sorry, go on.
Because my last thing was to drop the recorder and just like stumble backwards with his head in his hands. Because now he's realised what he's done. He just flung himself at a thing from beyond the stars. He's not quite sure what to do about that.
Argus, you are 60 meters away from the car. Your mind is just awash with what you've just seen. All of these things going through your mind. What is going through your Argus' mind at this point?
Not a lot. Like I think what happened there is just like that full primal self-preservation instinct.
Okay.
And I think I choose that I don't think he's gonna be thinking anything very clearly until those 10 rounds are up.
Okay.
When the sort of adrenaline. Well, the fact that he's pretty unfit.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline's kind of eased. It's just like, it's a blinding white panic, and it's almost like his body just took over and was just like, I am removing, clearly you cannot be trusted. I am removing you from this situation as fast as possible in the opposite direction from the thing that triggered this. So he's just running, he's getting, his feet are probably getting a little bit torn up. Probably he's just in socks, I think.
Okay.
Not a good time.
Cleric, you've just heard Twist shout, like, get the recorder, get Eddie, get in the car. What do you do?
I will probably stumble zombie-like forwards, grab the. I'm guessing that the recorder's got some kind of carry handle. I mean, it must have a.
Either side of it, you got. It's designed to be held, like when they're moving it from one place to another if they need to.
Lift up one end of the thing, sort of drag it, and just sort of pat Eddie on the shoulder, so that, hey, like Eddie, get in the fucking motor.
He starts screaming, "You've got to burn it! You've got to burn it!"
We will just. Well, I don't know what we're, to be honest. For fuck's sake.
Okay.
Twist is more bothered at the moment that Argus is getting away, and he isn't most equipped to be able to attack things, and he's on his own with no shoes.
What are you doing?
In the middle of the woods, and we know there's these two people. So, Twist is just going to shout to Cleric, "Look, just push him in, get in now," and she's going to be putting the car ready in reverse.
Okay, Eddie.
We got to burn the fucking thing.
Eddie, what are you doing?
Can't leave it here.
Contested athletics check, please, Claire.
Cool, loving it.
Well, I'm not dragging or pushing. I was just patting on the shoulder, saying, "Eddie."
Also,
Eddie,
while this is going on, Twist is also going to look in the car, like look around her, for any of the people's booze, because they've all been drinking. So while she's doing it, she's looking like that.
Oh, actually, you haven't really done much. That's fine. Yeah, that's cool. You can have a look around in there. Roll me a search.
Oh, my favourite that I've never ever passed.
Brilliant. Eddie, what are you doing?
Okay, if you're just trying to convince me, then I guess I'm going to roll. I guess it's down to intelligence, really, isn't it? So here we go. Thankfully,
contested intelligence.
Guess what? I failed again.
I'm just going to roll an intelligence.
Take it off.
Wouldn't that be a charisma thing as well? Is it sort of like
what did you drop?
To persuade?
Who, me or Eddie?
22 under 50.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Crit success.
What's the opposite of a dice jail? Like an altar?
Yeah, a dice altar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Eddie, something gets through to you from Cleric.
Yeah, he dives in the car.
Cool.
In that case, if I failed, so I didn't find anything, and Twist will will say to them, "Find me some booze."
Okay, Twist, you're searching around in the car. You can't find anything. Cleric, you start pushing Eddie into the car. Your driver's seat?
No, probably the back seat where Twist was sitting.
Yeah.
Cool. Twist, where
I'm
are
in the
you?
driver's seat.
You're in the
I'm in the
driver's
driver's
seat at the moment. Okay, so Twist, you're in the driver's seat currently. Cleric, you are pushing Eddie into the rear passenger seat, just behind the driver's seat.
Yeah.
You hear... And this thing starts lifting itself up on these spindly limbs that it has and starts moving towards you, Cleric. What do you do?
Slam the door, run round to the other side of the car, shouting, "Drive, drive, drive!"
Okay.
In a broad Scottish accent, so, "Drive, drive, you stupid fucking bent, drive!"
Okay. I would like you.
You are angling to get shot.
Yeah,
I'd rather get shot than eaten by a blue thing.
Good luck in your fucking performance review. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, and Eddie is just screaming in the back as he's pointing to this reforming spider. I told you, I fucking told you. And yeah,
Right.
that's it for him.
You would, if you could roll me, either an athletics or a dexterity or something like that, please. Yes,
Me?
please, Cleric. Yes.
Athletics or...
If it's like an athletics or something, then you like if you fail it, you can always tick it off.
Well, my athletics is not too bad, so... I rolled... an 11 under 60.
Oh, that's crit.
Critical success
Nice.
again.
Oh, damn, so you do slide across the bonnet of the car this time.
It's
I
like
slide across the roof on
the
this
roof
one.
of the car. Yeah, seriously.
He's tall
Standing
enough.
jump
He's tall
from
enough,
one end
yeah.
side of the car to the other. You don't even touch it.
No, you don't actually. You don't even see me move. I'm suddenly at the other door.
Full Dukes of Hazzard, just gone. Yeah.
And as you almost fly over this car, you see this limbed entity throw itself towards you, and it completely bypasses you and hits into the side of a tree and turns around to face you again. Let's see. Eddie, you are first in initiative with now. Okay?
Is everyone in the car?
No.
Apart from Argos. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much not in the car.
Oh, okay. Is everyone here
I'm in the
the
woods.
car? Okay, so
Cleric is not in the car yet.
Oh, he's going round, yeah.
Yes, he has used his action to bodily leap right across the other side.
You could pull him in.
I was about to
Is that
say,
not movement and an action, or is that?
I would say the whole thing of leaping over a car is perhaps a combination of movement
The
action.
door is open.
Yeah, sure. I'd say you're there. You're there,
Yeah.
but you aren't in the car quite yet.
Could I have leaped over and my feet are on the sill and I'm holding on to the roof rack bar?
Fine. You critted it. That's
He's
fine.
holding on. He's holding on to the roof bars.
You've
With my
okay.
feet,
Keep him on the
with my
roof.
feet on the door sill.
I'll be,
Got me
help-
down. God damn it. You brought me
I'll
down.
be helping Cleric in then, and like I'll be helping him in as we're driving back.
Okay, so you assist
What are
him.
you grabbing hold of to pull me in?
Cool.
Oh, your belt. Just
When
by the
Twist
belt, yeah.
when Twist first got into the front seat, when she climbed over, like she would have closed the front door as well. She's going to be basically. I already said that she's got the car ready in reverse. So
Okay.
as soon as Eddie gets Cleric's feet off the floor, so he's almost in, she's going to hit that reverse.
Okay. Okay.
Can we run over the blue thing as it runs towards us?
Well, that's down
What,
to
a
a
bit
drive
like
check.
reverse on the on the like RoboCop type thing.
Yes. At this point, we flip back to Argus, who is like manning it out of there. He is
just for my visual of this.
Yes.
We drove up a path into we drove into the woods and up a path as far as we could, and then we walked. So if we stopped where there was, the woods became too thick for us to go any further.
Yes.
That's woods on all sides apart from straight backwards, which is a path.
Correct.
And I've gone straight out of the left-hand car door, which means I have gone straight into the woods.
Yes.
Great. Good.
Yes. It is getting dark now as well.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Right, so
I've fallen down a
if we
crevasse.
go down,
Look, this is why I'm
likelihood of us
playing
being
this
able
game.
to go into the woods in a fucking Volvo in the dark.
You can't go into the woods in a Volvo.
can't.
There is no space for
You
it.
can't do it.
Otherwise, we would have gone further.
Otherwise, you would have driven that way anyway.
Yeah. You don't know, if you want me back, you're going to have to come get me
You're going to have
on
to go
foot,
get Argus.
which I do not advise. Like, go. We're a team and everything, but we met 2 days ago. And also, I left you all to die. So
Fuck that guy.
Twist is going to have a momentary. Twist is going to have a momentary moral quandary because Twist is she's about protecting people, and suddenly she's put into a situation where she feels that Argus is a civilian in that way, that he, he was a journalist and he's, he isn't trained in any kind of in that way.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
No, she's assuming, but she's she feels like, whereas someone like Eddie, she feels that he can look after himself a lot more. He's done some shit, and
he's a full-blown murderer.
He's a psychopath. Yes. Yes.
So she is like, well, I mean, right now I'm in control of a car. I have 2 of my people. I can get us all out and get them to safety. Especially Cleric, who isn't as trained as her and Eddie.
Yeah.
Or they can all get out the fucking car where there's this blue monster to try and help Argus.
It's triage at that point, right? It's like we could all get out and probably die trying to save one person, or I can go now and 3 of us might survive.
Needs of the man.
I'm not trying to engineer a
Yeah.
situation where my character is killed by horrible blue spiders in a wood, but like,
If he is, then so be it.
look, this is the situation. This is what's happened. This is what the dice have wrought.
I've already got another character in mind. So.
You're not the one in the woods.
No,
I'm
you're
not.
fine. What are you talking about?
But I'm the one hanging off the side of a Volvo as
Twist
it
is-
reverses
Twist is-
wildly down the road.
Twist
Pip's
is going
next
to take a
character is
decision
the
that
spider.
she's not particularly happy with, but she's going to do it for the needs of the many,
Okay.
and she's going to reverse the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Fully respect
So
that.
you flick that. That let's say it is an automatic, like more modern day cars. Fine, no issues. So you'll whack it into reverse. You hit the ignition, and I would like you to roll me a drive check, please.
I can do that. Let's
Come on,
see.
you got to run this thing over just for the look of it.
Drive.
Don't hit a tree.
I rolled. So my drive is 60,
Yep.
and I rolled 20.
Hey.
Awesome. Nice.
Very nice.
Right. Okay.
She also really likes driving.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So,
How lovely.
usually
How lovely
Nice
for
Sunday
you.
drive.
yeah,
In the
nice Sunday
countryside.
drive. So you flick this switch on, the ignition on. Everyone's in the car as far as you can tell. Cleric is actually hanging slightly on the outside with Eddie on that belt, hanging.
To his belt.
The car flips into reverse, and you back up really quickly. I'm going to roll a luck.
Yeah. Come on, plow over this thing.
She's also going to shout, "Hold on!"
Okay. I would also like Eddie to roll a strength,
Oh no.
please.
Here comes the one time of the night that this dice fucked me.
99.
Cleric is
apologize.
Flying into the distance.
the cleric is also hanging onto the car, right? Like Eddie's not the only thing anchoring
Cleric.
onto the car.
Okay, let's say, given the situation,
It's a big reaction, right? There.
I will.
Okay.
Given the situation, I will also give it a plus 20 because cleric is hanging on as well. It's not just.
Okay.
Whee!
I passed anyway. It was I passed by 3, but I passed 72 under 75, and then the plus 20. It's fine.
Perfect.
Fine. Yeah. You're all good. Cleric, Eddie's holding onto your belt. Thank God that belt is leather. Because it's holding you on at a moment. Your fingers are gripping.
Thank God he spent that extra money for the reenactment rather than going for the cheap Amazon belt that wasn't real leather. Thank God he went for the good one.
So this is a
Yeah.
belt that was like made by a guy who sells them at LARPs,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Like,
I think it's probably a heavy metal belt buckle. To be honest.
Yeah. Speaking as a leather worker, get a real belt.
I was going to say, like, this is a belt that Simon has literally made in real life.
Right. I'm going to roll something else.
No.
A Volvo.
Volvo damage. Yeah, how much damage does a
Yeah.
Volvo
The
do?
back of it, Constantina's in.
Distinguished
The good thing is,
battle
a
tank. I
Volvo
think.
does have quite a long boot. So even if it gets crushed a bit, it shouldn't get to us.
So,
I mean, yeah, Volvo's like a post-apocalyptic, survival vehicle. Come the apocalypse, there's only 3 things left: Keith Richards, cockroaches, and the Audi A80. Yeah, sorry, the Volvo A80, Volvo V80,
V40, yeah.
V40. Sorry. Oh God, I'm terrible today.
so, twist. You hear
Yes.
this and this crunching noise, and the wheel goes
bounce.
very slightly. Yeah, you all kind of go, and you start reversing really quickly, like, and you head back, and you manage to miss a whole bunch of trees and twigs, and even a slight ditch that was just on your right hand side. That you probably would have got stuck in. You start pulling out, and as you are driving outwards, you see these 2 blue fingers creeping over the front of the bonnet.
Oh God, it's hang on. Twist is going to open her window.
One moment. Argus, we are running. You are something like 90 meters away by now, I believe. I think that's about right. Okay. The branches are smacking Argus in the face. He's got cuts. Just all around him. His feet are starting to bleed with the constant treading on stones and branches, and he is focused forwards. He has to get out of there. There is no other thought running through your brain. Eddie.
But not going left where there was the opening.
No. Eddie. You are holding on to Cleric for dear life at this point. He is hanging out there like, okay, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm on, no issues here. Oh shit, there's something on the bonnet. And now I'm going to see what this thing does.
Oh, has it got the same initiative as
I'm
as
still
Eddie
running an
and-
initiative. No, he actually has. He actually has slightly ahead. I just wanted to make sure. Ooh, it's an interesting roll. Wow. Okay. You see this thing pull itself up. Let me just pop that back on there, just to remind you of what's staring you in the face. As Twist, you see several of these yellow piercing eyes darting around, coming over the top of this bonnet. It pulls itself up and crawls up onto the bonnet, and you're reversing, and you see it moving towards you, and then it leaps forward and starts smacking its weird limbs, fingers, whatever the hell they are, into the windscreen. I'm just going to roll something else. Okay. You're watching as this entity is smacking into the windscreen, and these small little chips are just kind of like pinging off of the windscreen. Like, it's lucky it wasn't a rental, really. You staring into the eyes, the many eyes of this monster. Eddie, you are sat behind. What is it that you do at this moment?
He's going to brace his feet against the either side of the door, pull as hard as he can to pull Cleric into the back seat.
Yep.
So that we can at least close that door, and then he'll deal with everything else in subsequent rounds, I guess. At the moment, getting everybody in the car is the thing. He's kind of got almost on a pack mentality point of view.
Okay.
Argus is lost, and he's just trying to pull Cleric in so he doesn't go the same way.
Okay. Would you say strength?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's literally braced himself, and he's doing a full body.
Yeah.
He's doing a kettlebell lift basically.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's doing it lying down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Cleric's arse. Yeah.
Yeah. Cleric's arse in this case is the kettlebell. Yeah. Yeah.
Not the first time that's been said, ladies.
Well, it's more like
both hands on the
kind of
belt,
more like
and then
two of
in,
them pushed together.
Yep.
So.
And it's as hard as well.
It's rock hard.
He clanks when he walks. It's fine.
Sorry, please carry on. You started talking about butts, and I couldn't
keep quiet. So, Eddie, would you like to roll me a strength, please?
It's not just bad; it's very bad. My strength is 75. I got a 77.
Oh, so really close, but also fail and above.
I honestly think that I failed bigly. I think I've broken the fucking belt.
Oh no. The belt was a knockoff.
He bought it in Camden Market. It's fine.
Cleric was leather all along.
You always thought that guy was a bit shifty.
You hear this snap. And in your mind, you're taken back to, it was a beautiful day. You're there with your wife. And there was this Renaissance fair that you were at. And you remember it quite fondly because you were there. And it was one of the first dates that you actually ended up having. And you went over to this stall, and they had all of these amazing, like woven leather and hammered leather, and you know, it was incredible because it's the kind of stuff that it just really impresses you because you've never done that, and you can see quality when you see it, right? You know it. And there's your wife stood there next to you. What's her name again? Sorry.
Alison.
Alison, thank you. Alison is stood there, And she turns around to you, and she's holding up this belt and says, I'm going to get you this. This is going to hold up your trousers for the rest of your life. Look at the workmanship on that. All of a sudden, you are back on the side of this car, and you feel yourself starting to lose grip. I would like you to roll me a strength check, please.
With the percentage, yeah?
Yes, please.
You're a big strong boy. You can keep hold of this car.
That's what I said.
You'd think, wouldn't it? although my strength percentage is 65, which is
Not
pretty
bad,
darn
yeah.
good. It's not as good as a 92.
Wow, okay. And
This wasn't a crit fail. I feel like a crit
just
fail.
a regular fail.
No,
Just
A
a
crit
regular
fail,
fail.
I feel like would have been like a
crit.
full like hereditary
It was still
moment, and your head is
a
just taken
slippery
off by
fingers. Yeah.
a passing tree, just fully
It
decapitated.
would be full, what's it called? Final Destination type.
I was thinking more stormtroopers flying through Endor, but
Nerd.
where once there was a cleric, there's now a missing door.
we cut in to a close-up of Cleric's face as he has this moment of realization that he's starting to slip from the car that's rapidly accelerating away from this scene. In the left side of his vision, he sees this entity starting to climb up onto the bonnet and smack its weird fingery limbs into the windscreen. He looks down and his belt separates.
It's like a slow motion anime thing, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
sort of
Cleric falls back and hits the ground. I would like you to roll me a luck, please.
If I fail strength, I don't get to add to that one.
You don't, unfortunately, no.
It's a shame.
53.
I can't remember what way luck is.
Yeah,
if
I
you
have
meant to
no
roll
idea
those
whether
ones.
that's good or
I
bad.
failed. I failed.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
fail. Cleric,
Yes, John.
as you are falling back, the side of your head clips the open door and you hit the floor and you tumble. And that is where we'll leave it this week.
Oh.
Oh.
Like I always knew that this, because it's a slow burny investigator game, I always knew that it was gonna go, 0 to 6. Like when it went, it was gonna go.
Yeah.
And I loved everything about that whole sequence. That was great. That was great.
You were running most of it.
Oh no, that's fine. Oh man, yeah. Oh boy, what a terrible series of events.
Wow.
It'll be my go when we first, then we go back again, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so let me make sure that we do have
note.
a note of exactly where we are in this, because it's important, right?
Oh wait, hold on. I don't want to. Oh no, this is terrible for people tuning in with us right now, because aren't we? Don't we have to skip next week?
We are skipping next week.
Oh God!
we do.
So you got 2 weeks, I'm afraid, guys.
Oh God!
2 weeks to just just have that pressure boil and just.
So Twist was feeling. Twist
the
made the
outcome I'm
decision
hoping
to have
for
to leave
here-
Argos, so she felt really bad, and then
Yeah,
like Chloe,
yeah.
she's known him for a
The
long
outcome
time.
I'm hoping
So
for
she's
here
like-
is that I'm the only survivor.
You never know. Honestly, dude. Shit
Running
could
was
go
the
sideways.
right choice. All the way throughout this, every time I was rolling under 10, I was like, "You're going to fuck me at some point in this show, aren't
And
you?
When it's the
At some
worst
point, you're
times,
going
yeah.
to get me."
Didn't it just?
You flew too close to the sun.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
so,
surely your name should have been Icarus,
Yes,
not
we'll
the.
have to change your call sign. Yeah.
amazing. Thank you
I'm
so
sure
much.
the woods are safe and there's
Yeah,
nothing else
thank you,
bad.
John.
There's
in
nothing
the
else in there.
woods.
There's certainly no wolves.
Ooh, blue thing
Well,
wolf.
We don't have wolves in this country anymore, right? Like we don't.
You do now.
Okay.
Is that a black bear? No. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
wolf.
blue bear.
Honestly, I welcome
Before the goo
just
got
a-
to it, it was a Pekingese, but now it's a wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, hey, if it's just a regular scary dog or a whatever, I welcome that. Like,
Well,
Scary dog.
it's like the Pekingese from which awful film, but Blade 3. The ones that go.
Oh, yeah.
I remember.
oh yeah, with the like segmented mouth.
Yeah.
That's great.
Which is quite a cool idea, just a dreadful film.
It's just badly done. So, and on that wonderful bit of film criticism, we shall leave it for this evening. Guys, I'm sure you failed things. Roll me some things to do. Did you not
I only
fail
failed
anything?
things that I can't roll for.
I only also
Yep.
failed thing. I rolled one awareness check at the beginning of the game, which was very successful.
Oh, yes.
And then I ran into a wood.
Double green,
yeah.
everyone.
I lamped a blue spider with a heavy metal box and then fell off a Volvo.
Oh, Eddie?
Pip,
did
roll for
you-
cardio.
Roll for cardio, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I failed to search twice, but that was it. But I mean, I can roll for it, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
but
definitely roll for it. Remember, it's a D4.
4 I got for that one. I will add it
Hooray.
on.
Congratulations.
I was saying this to John earlier. Obviously, me and Nick have played Delta Green before, like, you know, with different
With these characters.
operations.
Yep.
Yeah, with these characters. And I can't remember a single time that I've actually passed a search. My search started at about 30 or slightly less. I'm up to 48 now
It's
on
fucking
search.
stupid.
But it's constantly just because of all of my fails.
Well, the thing is,
Never once passed it.
this is also the very first time we've actually had proper combat.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, with a monster, with an entity kind of thing. Yes.
with
it
any,
is.
well, I mean, okay, we
Actually, no.
Within
I think
this
we
game?
Did, I mean,
Yes, within this game,
I
absolutely.
think almost with most of the other games as well. I don't think we ever
Yeah.
really had proper combat.
Not quite. You have
Oh, the
sort
very
of-
first
anyway.
one with the old lady, not old lady.
Spoilers.
A bit.
Spoilers.
But, hey,
Shh.
I didn't give it all away.
Zip it. Cool, brilliant. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining
No,
us.
thank you, John.
Thanks, everybody.
This evening. You are all wonderful, amazing people, and I promise there are
Well,
no
indeed.
scary blue spider things out there.
You're not.
if
And
they
don't
are,
forget what
please
Simon
call in
said
and tell
earlier.
us. Or don't.
I
We don't wanna
apologise
lose
if I'm
sanity.
wrong. Yes.
Yeah, we don't want to lose more sanity. Thank
No,
you.
exactly.
And
Remember,
don't forget what Simon said today.
exactly.
Time to talk day.
Yes. Remember to take care of yourself and each other, because mental health is incredibly important, and we all need to
It
make
is.
sure that everyone's cool and everyone's happy. And if you're not, go talk to someone.
Yeah.
One
And eat cake.
eat
Eat some
cake.
cake.
Cake is good. If you've got a cat, have a cat sit on you and they purr, and it's quite nice. That helps mentally as well. That's great. If you don't
Or a
have a
dog.
cat, borrow a cat.
Yeah, dogs are good too.
They are.
Yeah.
Dogs are great. I love dogs. So,
We have you, don't we?
we are not liable for any mutated blue spiders that may result. Absolutely, Simon. Tomorrow we have on Actual Play UK. We have the second part of our D&D game that Dan from Tales on Tap is currently running. It's really good, very fun. I'm in it for some reason.
Because sometimes you're allowed to play too.
I am sometimes allowed to play. So come and say hello. And I'll be playing a Kenku that sounds like Keith Lemon. So true story. Then next week we have the third part of the D&D game. Unfortunately, we aren't playing Delta Green next Thursday, but we will be back after that. So the next Thursday after. I can't even remember what date that is. It's a date.
Next week's the 8th, so it's the one after that. So whatever that is, that would be the 10th.
I'm looking at my calendar.
15th.
15th
of February.
And then...
So it'd be really close to Valentine's Day and lovely and loving and romantic.
so after a
Many
lovely...
deaths.
After a lovely...
I'm going to find love in the woods.
14th, you go find love in the woods.
Isn't the day after Valentine's Day Regret Day? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it will be Regret Day.
I think it is. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So, next time we're playing Delta Green is on the 15th. Make sure you do come back and see the resulting carnage of this quite excellent game. See on the 16th as well, and the 23rd we are broadcasting the Heart game. So I believe they are both going to be pre-records at the moment, but do come and check it all out. I've kind of witnessed the first part, and it's brilliant. It's genuinely brilliant. Some amazing people in that one, including Zach from Realms, who Pip might know. Guys, also I should say, like, come and subscribe and
oh god, yeah,
do all of that
subscribe.
kind of
God,
stuff. Like,
please.
We had someone subscribe earlier.
yes, thank you, someone from
Oh, we
earlier
did.
who subscribed. Thank you very much.
By Wonderland
I believe it
98.
was, Wye Wonderland 98. Thank you.
You are awesome.
Yeah.
We love you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
great.
We do.
What? Now that's all done with. Would everybody like to say goodbye and tell me where people, where can people actually find what you do? Because there are, this isn't the only thing we do, is it? I mean, it is for me at the moment. But
I'm just going to sit in this chair for 2 weeks.
I mean, that's fair.
Just waiting.
In socks.
In socks. Simon, well, where can people find you? Where, other than under the chair? I don't know.
You can find my previous work on YouTube if you look for Chaotic Neutral Games, or you can find me online at Casca Niobe. Check out the spelling in the chat. I've been commenting in the chat.
Nice. And Pip, what about your good self?
Hello. You can find me at Pip_Gladwin on Twitter, or you can go to Realms of Peril and Glory in your podcatcher of choice, and listen to stuff on there. I'm in, I'd say, most of it.
You got your next.
Oh, heck yeah. We've announced a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We've got more. We got this year coming up. We don't have full release dates yet. We have 2 more continuing mysteries in our Liminal campaign, which is a sort of modern what's the word for it? Like modern fantasy set in current London, where I play a very different character to the character I play in here, because he's actually an alcoholic Scotsman rather than from the north. So it's very different, it's very varied, and I'm a very versatile performer.
Versatile, my good man.
Just extremely. And instead of being a journalist, he's a private investigator, which is very different.
They are
very
totally
different.
They are
super different.
Yeah.
They wear a hat. They wear hats.
And also we did a series of Cyborg. We did Cyborg, the sort of hack of Merkborg. I did a full series of that. That's all up on the feed right now and can be listened to. It's only 5 episodes, I believe, and it's real good. And series 2 of it has, much to Zach's dismay, clocked in at like 10 episodes. I think it's 10. So that's coming some undisclosed point. But this year that is out.
Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward
absolutely.
to. I've talked enough, so I shall stop.
Okay. Never, Pip. Never. Nick.
Yes.
Nick. Who are you and where are you in places?
I am me, and I am here, and also on the interwebs.
Yes, you are.
Trolls of the Two Tonne Bridges. We who are hoping to be releasing more stuff
Yes.
in the near-ish future.
So I edit it.
when you edit it, and also when our DM comes.
Yes.
We can find time to actually work out with our DM when we're going to play.
Yeah.
But no, all the stuff we've already recorded is all on Trolls of the Two Tonne Bridges on any podcasting stream that you would like to try and look for, and go and have a listen. It's all good fun. Yeah.
Yes, we have fun. I'm also part of Trolls of the Two Tonne Bridges, as is Natalia. Natalia, hello. Who are you? Why?
I'm Natalia. I'm part of Trolls of Two Tonne Bridges too, which is TOTTB podcast. On all the pod sites and all that kind of thing. We, as Nick wonderfully said, we hopefully will be releasing more stuff soon to keep people updated with what's been going on in our Tomb of Annihilation campaign. I play with this lot with Delta Green on Thursdays, at least for the time being.
When?
I will be joining more things on actual play stream. However, I am having a baby.
Yay!
So there may be less of me. So I'll have less time.
That's official announcement time, that is.
It is.
That is, yeah.
Now the world knows.
I'm determined to try and at least finish this operation
This
of
game,
Delta Green before.
Otherwise, it's slowly
like
going to be whittled down until it's just
Sounds like
John
that might
making
not
stuff up
take
by himself.
super long.
I mean,
You know,
this is
You're
all
lost
it
in the
is.
woods. I'm unconscious underneath a blue thing. Yeah.
Eddie's just going, I've left 2 men behind. I'm having a break it down.
Yeah,
I
what
won't-
happens if you break your motivations?
You just
Twist
some
is
of these
already-
might flip
You
over
lose
to
them.
mental
Well,
disorders soon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Twist has started going down that way. I mean, with Argus, she's just, she likes to help and save people. That's her job almost as well. That suddenly she's lost somebody in the woods, but Cleric, she's been close to and she's gone through quite a lot with as well. So suddenly it's just like, oh my God,
So,
2 people in the space of 2 minutes or something.
make sure you come back in 2 weeks' time to see the results of this wonderful group of people and see if they survive, essentially. I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll be all fine. No, there's certainly nothing in the woods.
except me. It's me.
You're
I'm
in
in
the
the
woods.
woods. I'm in the woods.
It's him.
I'm the,
He's going
I'm
to turn
the
into.
thing in the
He's
woods.
going to live in the woods now.
Yeah, exactly. So make sure that you check us all out on actualplay.uk. Actual Play UK on all of the various places that you find social medias, and obviously us here on the stream. We try to be here most Thursdays and also Fridays. Come back, subscribe, and things might happen even more so, because we can then have the time and the money and things like that to invest into doing this more. Because we're ridiculous. Thank you so much again for joining us. You are all super, super brilliant. And peace out.
Bye.